You were right behind Donna as she held Angie and led the way. As you entered the main floor, Lord Heisenberg was tapping his foot, waiting with an annoyed look. "What do you want?" Angie snapped. "Out of all the lords, Lord Heisenberg is probably the most scariest to you. The hammer that he carries does him no favors." "Well, hello to you too." Lord Heisenberg snapped right back. "Mother Dearest has asked me to bring you a playmate to break. She needs information out of them, and insisted that you were the one to do it, regardless of who captured them." The words playmate to break made you wonder why you were hiding behind Donna in the first place. You could feel your heart start to pound. It was very loud in your ears. Lord Heisenberg picked up on this and questions were asked. "Have another playmate at the moment by any chance, Donna?" "What's it to you?" Angie spoke. Lord Heisenberg peered over Donna's shoulder, and you both locked eyes with each other. "Ah, there you are," Lord Heisenberg said. You hid behind Donna and leaned on her back, gripping onto her dress. Donna could feel your fear, and it made her tense, and you didn't understand why. Was she after of Lord Heisenberg, or was it because you were gripping onto her? "Leave." This was new. That didn't sound just like Angie's voice. "Oh, what's wrong, Donna? Is your pet too shy?" Lord Heisenberg teased. You noticed the nearby doll's head start to move and shake violently. You now believe that all the dolls in the house were possessed or something. "Leave the person on the floor and see yourself out." Donna's voice could definitely be heard through Angie, and judging by Lord Heisenberg's face, he was rather amused. "I don't think I've ever seen you this upset and protective over a pet." Lord Heisenberg was pushing his luck, and he knew it. Lord Heisenberg did drag an unconscious man that was tied up, and he dropped him onto the floor. The sight made you stomach turn. What was this about, and why is Donna involved in this? Then the word pet. Is that all Donna sees you as? No, right. I can't wait to see what your pet thinks of you when she finds out. See you around, Donna. With that, Lord Heisenberg left, making sure to slam the door shut. The man that was tied up woke up, and once he saw Donna and Angie, he started to let out muffled screams. You were now terrified, more than before. You didn't know what was going, who this was, and why Donna was dealing with him. Your throat tightened, and without hesitation you ran past Donna and straight into your room. You placed your hand over your chest as it now started to tighten. You felt like you were going to have a panic attack. It was hard to breathe, and you could call for help, and to be honest, you don't think you wanted it. You stumbled to your bed and curled yourself into a ball. You were wheezing slightly, trying to catch your breath. So much has happened. You were making good progress with Donna, and now it's gone. You were wondering what Lord Heisenberg was talking about. It was obvious that there was something going here with the Lords and Mother Miranda in general. You started to silently cry as you thought about your mother before Miranda took you from her. She took you from your life, everything you've ever known, and now you are trapped in God knows what. There was a knock on your door. "Why in?" You hear Angie call out. The door to your room then opened as Angie and Donna stepped into the room. Donna was about to explain, but once she saw the state you were in, she rushed over to your side. You moved away from Donna just out of fear, and the fact you were struggling to breathe. Donna flinched, knowing that the damage had been done. She heard your wheezing and saw you shaking. You were on the verge of having a panic attack. This made Donna use her powers on you. She wanted to be your friend. She wanted to get to know you better. Your mind felt fuzzy and your body started to relax. You could breathe normally and your fear vanished. You looked over at Donna, knowing that she had something to do with this. Your eyes grew heavy and slowly started to close, but you kept fighting it. "Rest now, mio caro." The voice you heard sounded a lot like your mother's voice. Donna was no longer next to you. Instead, it was your mother. She started to sing you a very familiar lullaby. Your eyes fluttered closed and your dreams were pleasant. You were reliving the moments you cherished with your mother, and there were some moments you relived with your father as well. It was warm and comforting. You felt safe. This was the most lucid of dreams you've ever had. You slept till dinner time. You were woken up by a little hand tapping your face. You peeked open your eyes to see Angie. Upon seeing her, your eyes shot open and you backed away from Angie. Hey, Angie whispered. "It's okay. I'm here to tell you dinner was ready." You blinked. Had you really been blissfully sleeping for that long? You began to feel uneasy again, still remembering this morning's events. Reluctantly, you got out of bed and followed Angie down into the dining room. There Donna was just finishing setting the plates down. You noticed that your book and pen that Donna had given you was at the table as well. You now just noticed the faint blood stain on the floor and the faint iron-like smell. Then the smell of the food hit you like a truck, but it was a very familiar smell. Creamy pesto chicken. Your mother made this for you a lot. You weren't really surprised that Donna could make it. It is a simple dish. You guessed that Donna went out and got some supplies. "Come sit," Donna said in a whisper. You slowly made your way over to the seat. Donna was sitting across from you with Angie next to her. You sat down and scooted in. Now you were waiting for something. You were really uneasy and you were slightly afraid to eat, not to mention the blood stain that you could see. However, you didn't want to be rude and went ahead to take a bite of food. Your lips curled into a smile, and you let out a satisfied sigh out of your nose. Donna saw the smile on your face and took your reaction as a good one. This made Donna happy and she then started to eat. You watched as Donna lifted up her veil enough to reveal her pale lips. A new question now came to you. Why does Donna wear the veil? That thought was quickly replaced by another. What happened to that man? You wanted answers. You wanted to know what was going on here, what secrets were being kept. The things you've seen were not normal. This place, no, this village was not normal. There was something dark lurking in the shadows. You grabbed your book and pen and began to write down your question. Donna watched as you aggressively started writing. It was now Donna's turn to get worried and Angie could feel it. You lifted your book up to Donna. What happened this morning? What's going on? What was Lord Heisenberg talking about? Is that man okay? Donna let out a shaky sigh. She wasn't sure what to tell you or how to tell you. She was afraid, very afraid. If she told you the truth you would run away, leave her behind, alone. Donna shook her head, which made you confused. You frowned at her with a slight tilt of your head. You took another bite of your food as you wrote in your book. You held it up once more. Donna, please tell me what's going on. I just want to know what's going on. Please take no offense, but the things I've seen aren't normal. I just want to understand. Donna didn't move, nor did Angie. Your eyes shifted towards Angie as she started fidgeting along with the nearby dolls. Was Donna anxious? They had to be connected, right? That was the only thing you could think of. If so, how? By this time you have finished your food while Donna didn't touch hers anymore. Worry was filling you as you felt her stare. It was intense, especially when Angie and all of the other dolls were looking at you as well. Your mind started to feel fuzzy again and you were getting even more worried. You moved your hand to write something, but that's when Donna gasped, scaring you and causing the room to go dark. You couldn't see and your heart was racing. You continued to stay seated in fear of one, not being able to see, and two, because you knew you would trip and hurt yourself regardless of knowing the layout. You hoped that this would all go away, but it didn't. It only got worse. You started to hear a clicking sound, or something crawling in the darkness. You were terrified out of your mind. Where did Donna go? What's going on? Did she do this? What did she do? You let a gasp as the room got extremely cold. You wrapped your arms around yourself, trying to calm your shivering body. The hairs on the back of your neck started to stand straight up. You then hear a weird sloshing sound with another sound that makes you believe bones are snapping. You were terrified. Your breathing was all over the place, and the worst part is that you couldn't scream. You couldn't scream for help. A steady stream of blood fell in front on your face, pooling onto the floor. Wait, wasn't there a table in front of you? Your heart was beating in your ears. You didn't want to look up. You didn't want to see where the blood was coming from. But out of curiosity and fear, you looked up. You looked up and regretted it immediately. What you saw was nothing you've ever seen before. With all its 8 eyes, a spider with bone and rotten flesh stringed all over its body looked down at you with a head tilt. Your eyes were wide. What is this? What do you do now? Nuova Preda. Nuova Preda. The creature growled. Understanding what it said, you shot up and ran the hell away. You didn't know where you were going. You needed to get out. You had to get out. You hated spiders. They scared you. They are gross. You were panting and breathing heavily as your legs carried you to a really long hallway. Piccola preda, dove sei scappata. The monster sang in a deep animalistic tone. There were goosebumps all over your body. This was madness. Il tuo odore è una piccola preda inebriante. The walls and floor started making wet sounds and blood started to bubble from them. Rotten bone hands and arms forced their way out of the now bleeding flesh walls and floor. Sento l'odore della tua pora. There was a loud thumping behind you. The monster was coming for you at a high speed. It hissed as it saw you. Your legs were getting tired from running away. You felt like you were going to pass out. It was still so cold. Il mio, la mia preda, la mia. The monster roared. Tears poured out of your eyes as you reached for the dark abyss, hoping that anything would save you. Anything at all. Your prayers were answered. You felt a firm grip on your arm that pulled you into a warm embrace. Amore mio, ora sei al sicuro. Nessuno ti farà del male. This voice was very familiar to you. It was your mother's voice. Again, you felt safe. The world around you was spinning and your mind was fuzzy once more. Your eyes felt very heavy, but you kept fighting to stay awake. Riposa amore mio. You couldn't. You didn't want to rest. You wanted answers. You wanted to know what was going on. Dormi mio caro. A voice echoed in your head. Your eyes fell shut as sleep and peace washed over you. The smell of lavender and tea filled your nostrils. Soon the smell of the lavender mixed in with the smell of the ocean filled the air around you. It reminded you of your trip to Italy, Chia Beach in Sardinia. It was one trip of many till the past few years. You felt like you were floating on water. It was really warm. Light shined on your face, making your eyes crack open. The view was breathtaking. You were standing on a cliff with the grass and flowers were flowing on the wind. Right in front of you was the ocean with waves hitting rocks below you. You were very curious about where the smell of lavender was coming from. You didn't mind it. It was very relaxing. You sat down on the grass and looked out into the distance. The wind was blowing through your hair as you stared at the sunset. The sky was an orange-red color and the water reflected that beautiful color. There was a part of you that wished Donna and Angie were here to see the beautiful sight. You were confident that the pair would both love it. Your mother as well. She would love to paint this beautiful view. You laid down and closed your eyes once more only to open your eyes to see a very familiar ceiling. You sat up in your bed and looked around. Where was Donna? Was all of that just a dream? But it felt so real. You refused to believe that was all a dream. You saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. It wasn't a dream and that terrified you.